Hi everyone, my name's Nicole and welcome back to A Thistle and Thread. Today is actually going to be such a fun and exciting video, and it's highly anticipated. I've been getting a lot of DMs and messages and comments that people want to see the crochet and the yarn content, and I'm so here for it. And today is the day we're gonna do it, baby. And it's also going to be a little bit of an interesting video because this is my first video that I'm using my back-facing camera on my phone. I kept seeing TikToks and stuff that your front-facing camera just isn't the same quality, and I did a little bit of a test, and I think I agree. I think the back camera is the way to film from now on. I need to get a little monitor thing so that I'm able to check to see if I'm holding something in the right frame, but we'll see. So apologies if this is a little bit, of a trial and error video, but I thought it would be fun to do a, what's it called? A frog it or finish it type video. And this is all with my crochet whips that I've got going. And since I've discovered cross stitch over the last year, my crochet has kind of fallen to the wayside. Crochet used to totally consume my life, and all I thought about was yarn. That was my happy place. And it still is, and I'm so excited for this Fiber Festival season. But since the Fiber Festival season is fast approaching, I kind of want to take note of what I've got going on and kind of see what I want to do with it. Do I want to frog it or do I want to finish it? And then that'll kind of not only give me an idea of what I've got going on, but also you guys. All right, so let's start with the first whip. And this one has a little bit of a backstory. So this is, each year I do a Walt Disney World inspired parks blanket. If you've never seen a video of mine before, I'm very much a Disney parks and overall Disney fan, certified Disney adult. No shame here. You can see all the lounge flies and things behind me. We go to the parks a lot. I actually just recently got married in Walt Disney World in Florida this past December. Chef's kiss. It was fabulous. And because it holds so many fond memories from me as a child up until now, I wanted to do a little bit of a project to commemorate something I love so much. So last year, I'll actually show you. Last year I did a Disney Parks blanket. This is actually the Garden Party blanket. I forget the name of the designer. You can find it on Ravelry, but I'll leave it below. This blanket is just a super easy, stripy, long and cozy blanket, and this was using subscription hand-dyed yarn that each month something was inspired by a ride in all the Disney parks worldwide. So each thing is just something fun. This is Kilimanjaro Safari, we have Carousel of Progress, we have Little Mermaid, so we have lots of just fun. There's just so many great hand-dyed yarn subscription clubs out there that if you're into whatever super niche thing, you can find yarn for it. If you're into video games or even fairies and book series, there's a lot of romantasy yarn club ones, so you can make your own inspired blanket by whatever niche thing you're super into. And for me, it was Disney. So I did that past blanket was in a DK weight, in a DK weight yarn. And this year, which I don't think I mentioned, all that yarn was from Fangirl Fibers. I love her. She has such fun, niche and nerdy yarns and advents and clubs, and definitely go check her out. And for this year, because she is not doing so Fangirl Fibers this year is not doing her Disney Parks subscription yarn. So when she put out that email that it's done, it's over, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then literally that same month, I got an email from Bumblebee Acres Farm saying, we're doing a monthly Magic Kingdom yarn club, and I immediately signed up. So for this year's Disney blanket, I have it in a Fangirl Fibers project bag. This was from their Beauty and the Beast Christmas Advent from 2024. And it was a whole month-long Advent. And Beauty and the Beast is my favorite. I had a lot of, you know, Beauty and the Beast inspired elements in my wedding and things. So I did purchase that. But this yarn, or this blanket, I'm obsessed with. So this, like I said, the yarn is from Bumblebee Acres Farm. It's their monthly Magic Kingdom subscription yarn. And this blanket pattern is from While We Dream, or While They Dream. I'll have everything linked down below, but it's a project from Ravelry, and this is the Orion blanket. And it was very much inspired, I believe she said it was inspired by the constellations. And it's just like such a warm and cozy blanket. It is so super duper easy. It creates such a nice textured stitch. And anyone that's a beginner from like an advanced crocheter will really, really just fall in love with this pattern. And it's super easy to customize it. Like her blanket in the project photo looks totally different from mine because I am going like skein by skein. And I think in her blanket, she might have tassels and stuff, but since I'm only doing one skein of hand-dyed yarn per month, which can get pricey when you're racking it up through the whole year, I wasn't gonna like waste any yarn on tassels. So I'm just doing it as a stripy blanket. And so for this first month that I already have in here, it is inspired by the Magic Kingdom Castle. And it's just such a fun, like, confetti birthday cake looking yarn. Oh, it's so magical. And then we have Dumbo, which is just like the most amazing sherbety colors. And then the next color that I have that I'm actively working on in the blanket right now is actually inspired by Space Mountain. And it's just such a fun, like, cosmic, nostalgic vibe. And I believe this yarn actually will glow under a black light as well, which just makes it even more magical. I don't have a black light, so I can't test it out, but it's so fun. And this pattern, so like I said, it's the Orion blanket by While They Dream, or While We Dream. And it is just such an easy stitch. Anyone would enjoy doing it. And sometimes you just need a really monotonous project to stitch on while you're watching a show that's like intense or is capturing your attention. And this you can literally do like if you're a seasoned crocheter without looking down. It's perfect. I love to have a blanket going because not only does it like commemorate each year, it's inspired by something I love, but also it's just a really great project when at night when I just want to use my hands and just like relax and chill. So I'm obsessed with this. This I'm keeping. I am not frogging. It's amazing. And I do have 2 other skeins of yarn that I've received from Bumblebee Acres that I have not caked up yet for this blanket. So the first one that's gonna go in after Space Mountain, it's a Small World. And again, this is their marshmallow worsted base. I don't think I've mentioned that, but it is like literally exactly what it describes. It's like a puffy little marshmallow cloud. It is seriously one of the softest worsted weight bases that I own, I would say. And it's just such a fun variegated rainbow. It's a Small World. So I'm really excited to put that one in. This is the next one. This was for June. I haven't received July's yarn yet. It should be coming this week. But this is the, This is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And it's just so fun. It has so many just beautiful jewel tones in that like rich mauve-y pinkish purple. If you can kind of see, like it has greens and blues, and it's just so stunning. This is definitely like, I would wear a full garment made out of this yarn. So I'm excited to have it in a blanket. This is one of my husband's favorite rides. It's a fun little coaster. So I'm very excited to keep working on this. And yeah, it's even fun sometimes to like, I mean, this is, again, so niche, but if you want to like watch the ride video to the specific ride as you're working on it, or like a Disney vlog, it just gets you in a good little, the Disney spirit and the little vacation mood. So next project, this is actually my, it's not my only garment I'm working on, but it is something that I have showed a couple times in my other like floss tube videos. And if you want to know anything about me with crochet, is that I love a poncho. I love a wrap. I love something that even if you crochet it totally wrong, you just throw it over yourself. It still looks good. It's easy. It's breezy. Because sometimes with me, myself, my measurements are more plus size, and sometimes it's either hard to find like size inclusive patterns, or like sometimes you just don't crochet it right, and then you spend all this time and money making yourself a garment, and sometimes it doesn't fit, and I'm like, ugh. Then it's like sad. It's really sad. So I really love a poncho. I love a wrap. I love something that even if I mess up a little bit or I don't get my gauge right, it's gonna fit me. I can still wear it and it's still gonna be beautiful. So this is a pattern from HayHay Crochet, which I absolutely love her. Go check her out on Instagram. On her website, she has so many free crochet patterns. So this currently is a poncho that looks like it can fit my dog, but I promise it's gonna fit me eventually. This is the, I believe she called it the granny stripe poncho. And I am actually doing this in 4 different colors, but they just blend so beautifully well. This yarn is actually, let me go get the yarn band so I can remember what it is exactly. Okay. So this yarn I actually purchased from a fiber festival, and I have to say this is like one of the best hand-dyed yarn brands I had ever seen. Their yarn is so magical and stunning, and that's Quill and Quiver fibers. Go check them out. They don't do a lot of daily drops and releases, but when they do, when you're able to buy something, it is absolutely stunning. So that's Quill and Quiver. I am using, I believe it's 4 different yarn colors, but again, they blend so well. So let me just give you a little bit of a look-see. Oh, I love this. It is just like a watercolor painting. It is absolutely stunning. So as I'm working this, how should I explain this? So I'm following the pattern as is. I'm not doing it in a stripey method. Technically I am, but the yarn blends, so you can't really tell. So I am using this color. Again, it doesn't have a name, so it's kind of hard for me to tell you, but it's this little watercolory goodness is one. And then I'm doing this one. Stunning. Isn't it stunning? Ugh, it's so nice. And then we have, I mean, this is kind of a mess. We got this one. This one's very much like a peacocky green. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then this one is more blue in nature. And when you put it all together, it just makes this beautiful, stunning poncho. Is that not like the coolest thing ever? I just love it. I love it. And I really enjoy that with this pattern. Again, I don't know if I need to stand, but I'm really into this right now. It almost forms like little flowers right down the center. Like, is that not the most perfect thing ever? So this is really easy. You might be like, Nicole, the head hole is so itty bitty. And there was a note in the pattern that said, it's gonna look small, but it'll stretch out as, you know, that weight of the fabric kind of develops and moves. So you can just keep crocheting this until you reach its desired length. I'm literally just gonna go until all my yarn runs out. So I'm just alternating, each row is a different yarn. It's kind of why I got all these ends woven in, or not woven in, they're just hanging. Little natural tassels right now, but I love it. This one is definitely a keep, and I would love to have this done some point for the cold weather season this year. We'll see. Oh, and I did not mention my project bag for this one. This one is in a little bucket project bag, and it has like little birdhouses and like a light. It's kind of dirty, honestly, because I just brought it everywhere. But it has like little honeycombs and stuff and beehives. And this is from Hobby Lobby. I really like these bucket bags because you can really just put a lot of stuff in it. There's a lot of pockets. Like I'm finding random things like heat erasable pens. Got some stitch markers. I kind of just throw everything in here. But yeah, this project is a keep. Okay. Next, what should we move on to next? Oh, we're gonna talk about this. This is actually really sad for me. I believe it's called the Magdalena sock, and I'm using yarn. This is actually the first hand-dyed yarn I've ever purchased, and it is, I can't even remember what it was called. Something with forest or evergreen. It's just like stunning, earthy, rich green tones. And hold on, I dropped a yarn ball. So I purchased this as a sock set. So it comes with like that deep forest green color and then that beautifully variegated yarn. And I got this from Etsy. Like I said, I think the dyer's name is Potions and Purls, and this yarn pattern I'm doing is, I think it's the Magdalena sock. I should have looked up like what all these patterns are called, but it's been so long. I'm really gonna have to dig through my Ravelry because I think I started this last year. I haven't worked on this since 4th of July of like 2024. And what got me into fiber arts in general is that I really wanted to make a sock. So I attempted, and I think I failed. This pattern is just really hard to keep track of. I'm not good at counting my rows. I can count my stitches, but I don't know. I lose track, and it's not really staying up when I put it on my leg. And I don't know, a crochet sock just like hits different than a knitted sock. It's not my favorite. I think I'm gonna frog this because the yarn is just too beautiful to sit, and I really want to learn to knit, and I would love to actually, wear a sock made out of this yarn. So I think I'm gonna frog it. The only issue is my tension is very tight, and sometimes when I've like frogged this completely and restarted it, but sometimes the yarn will rip and break as I'm frogging it, so I'm a little nervous. I don't want it to go to waste. It's just so beautiful, but I think I'm gonna frog this and wait till I can work up my knitting skills and kind of make this into an actual wearable item, because look at that. There's just like no grip. I don't even know what the right word would be. It wouldn't be a sock that stays put on your foot, and who wants a floppy sock? Not me. So unfortunately, this little sock is gonna be frogged, which sucks. But that's okay because I can use the yarn in something else. So next is, I don't even know what this is. I mean, I know what I was attempting to do. So actually 2 Septembers ago, my then fiance, my now husband, we got tickets to go see Noah Kahan, and who's like one of my favorite artists. And I was just like, I'm gonna make myself a top for this concert, even though I've never like self-drafted a pattern or whatever it's called. I've never made something without a pattern. I was just like, I'm just gonna throw it together. So I like literally crocheted this. I think this is like double crochets. And I think I was like doing it this way, like I'm gonna make like a tank top, but like, you know, that never came to fruition. So this is just an immediate frog for me. It's just like a variegated acrylic yarn, nothing super fancy. I mean, it is soft and it isn't plasticky. I don't remember the brand of this, but what was I thinking? And I started this like a week before the concert, maybe not even a full week. And I was just like, I'm gonna make a top, even though I'm a really slow stitcher, crocheter. So it never came to fruition, and it's just been sitting for a couple years on my yarn shelf. So now we gotta frog this baby and repurpose the yarn, because I could use it in granny squares, I can use it in something fun. This is a frog for me. Okay. Now we are on to I believe this is the second to last of my crochet whips that I have. Again, I don't have that many going. Oh, I found a rock. Really in one of my absolute favorite project bags that I own. This is from the maker Charming Necessities on Etsy, and she makes my absolute favorite yarny project bags. I just absolutely love the fabric. I love the shape and the functionality of it. I don't know, I just like love this little handle. It can fit a lot of stuff in here. I literally like fit, when I was making my Disney blanket last year, I fit like 3/4 of my blanket in this, like really shoved in. Like it was a lot. So this is from Charming Necessities. I can do like a project bag, kind of like a tour, I guess. Like I can show you all my project bags because I have a lot from her. She's incredible. So this is a little gnome one, a little gardening gnome, which my theme for my garden last year was little garden gnome. So I got this to kind of commemorate and so that I could take my projects out into the garden with me. And this is the inside fabric. It's just so pretty. I love it. So this project, I have no idea what the pattern is called. Honestly, I don't pay for a lot of crochet patterns. I'm kind of new to Ravelry, and I honestly find a lot of my patterns on Pinterest or YouTube because I'm very much a visual learner and I love a video. Like if I'm not understanding a written pattern and there's a YouTube video attached, that's like the first thing I'm gonna watch, honestly. And I kept seeing people online wear these cute little, I think it's called a neckerchief, and it's just like a really skinny scarf. As I'm dropping things, hold on. It's like a little skinny scarf that you kind of just tie and wrap around your neck. I'll put a picture here, and this was a free pattern. I'll link it down below if I can find it, or I'll link something similar. And I wanted a little neck wrap thing, and I'm using yarn from, let's see, this is, I believe this is another Vermont dyer. Yeah, this is Wonderland yarns. And if you've never seen a video from me, I currently live in the Adirondacks. I've basically grown up here. And I, for a year, lived in Cape Cod, and I lived like maybe 2-ish hours away from Webb's, which is this like gigantic, iconic yarn store. And I mean, I still live fairly close to it now. I think I'm like 2 hours distance from it now as well, but it's amazing. Every year they have these like gigantic tent sales where just like amazing yarn, like basically the whole warehouse is at an extreme discount, and it is an event to go to. If you're like in the New England area, I would highly recommend looking up Webb's. They have an amazing website, incredible yarns, and if you can make it to their tent sale, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's incredible. So I got these little cakes. It's like a variegated, or no, it's like an ombre cake. I guess I have so many of these because I forget the original price, but I got it for $20. Like, come on. So I have a lot of these just variegated yarn cakes from Wonderland yarns. Again, I don't know if I said it. It's a blossom cake. Blossoms. And this doesn't have like a particular yarn name, but I have a lot of them. And when I saw this like really cute little neckerchief thing, I was like, how perfect. How perfect. I'll use one of my little ombre yarns. So I started this, and I basically just have a triangle. It's very tiny little stitching. I remember enjoying it, but I'm not good at counting my rows. A little hack that I have is that I will just put a stitch marker every row, so it's super easy for me to visually identify where the heck I am. Because when I'm into a show, I can just easily lose track. And yeah, I have not worked on this for at least a year. Don't know where I am in the pattern, so I think I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna frog it. I'm gonna try to find the pattern again on Pinterest and kind of just keep going. I'm just gonna keep, you know, growing, making it longer, and just kind of see where it goes, because I don't know, I don't want to frog it. I think it still has potential, even though I'm kind of lost in the pattern. I think I can still wing it. So yeah, this is just fun for the yarn, isn't it? Like, I don't know how well this little tie thing will look, but it's just a fun use of the yarn. So that's that little neckerchief pattern. So that is a keep. That's gonna be a finish for now. That's not gonna be a frog. Okay, we've made it to the last WIP. And dare I say, this might be my most favorite and treasured one, but also my hardest one. I'm keeping this just in a gigantic bag that's made specifically for like fiber arts people. I believe I got this as a gift, and I think you can just get it on Amazon, but it has like every storage little compartment you could need as a crafter. And I saw a picture of this pattern, and I'm gonna insert a picture of it before you see it, because you're just gonna like freak out when you see it. This pattern is the Climbing Rose Wrap by Janie, who is a UK-based crochet designer. I think she just does crochet. And I have not seen many people stitch her stuff, at least in the US. Maybe, I don't know, I gotta look into it. But when I saw this on Instagram, I saw like some sort of a reel or something. I was like, I need to make that immediately. I simply cannot go on without starting this project. So I actually got this for Christmas, and I got the physical book copy of the pattern. So that's what the Climbing Rose Wrap looks like. The colors, just everything is amazing. And that's like with the back picture. So since she is a UK based crochet designer, the pattern is written in UK terms, but when you go to purchase the pattern, you can choose if you want it in like US crochet terms or UK. So I chose US, but even though it's US, I still highly struggled with figuring out some of the stitches in this pattern. I went on, there's like Facebook groups for her designs, and like I posted to all these people. I was like, please help me, I don't know what I'm doing. And they would be like, oh, it's just this. Be like, but this is something different. I don't even remember what the stitch was in general. It was, I'll show you once I show you like the actual square, but this was hard, but it is so beautiful. I just had to persist. So I've been working on that for a couple of years, and let me show you kind of how it gets. So you don't just get the pattern. I mean, you can buy the pattern, but I bought the kit, and the price of the kit was so affordable. Like, I am so used to buying hand-dyed yarn that's like $30 a skein. So I was like, ooh, a whole wrap from a designer is gonna be expensive, but it was like $50 for all the yarn. I'll get one of the yarn bags for you, hold on. So you basically get a bunch of these just bags of yarn, and this yarn is from Stylecraft. It's Bellissima yarn, and this is just, it's acrylic yarn. And people who don't like acrylic, I'm telling you, it almost feels like a cotton. It's not like a plasticky acrylic. It's really nice. I really like working with it, and you get a ton of it. And I think this kit was $50. I'll update it if it's probably gone up in price now, but it really wasn't bad. And this is like the thing I'm most proud of stitching, because I've only been crocheting for a couple years, but these squares that you make are just so stunning. Oh my gosh, is it not so beautiful? Making this just really beautiful 3D crochet flowered shapes, and there's a bunch of different types of squares that you can make, but this is the only one I fully completed all the squares for. I believe I made 16 of these, and the part that was really tripping me up that I could not figure out are these, like, I hope I'm not holding this too close, these little green things. I don't know, I forget. I think they're triple crochets, but they're not done. It's like triple crochet 3 together, but it's not done like how I was taught. I don't know. If anyone else has stitched this, let me know if you struggled, if you're like a US crocheter versus a UK one. I just struggled. I was probably a little bit more green while I was making this, so maybe that's why I struggled a little bit more, but yeah, this is just spectacular. So I made all 16. Where'd my bag go? Oh yeah, I made all of these ones. You have to make a bunch of like half squares, and I was getting a little confused. I mean, it's probably not as hard as I'm making it. I just need to like sit down and like fiddle and play around with it until I get it. But yeah, I've stopped when I hit the little half C squares, but this pattern is just so beautiful. I will finish this. It might take me another couple years, but I love everything about it. I love the colors. I love the shapes. I think this is just something that if you saw someone wearing this, you couldn't not stop them and ask like where they got it. And then how cool would it be like to see their face when you say, I made this. Ah. So fun. So that's the Climbing Rose wrap by Janie Crow. I highly recommend going to her Instagram, to her website. Check out her stuff. She has insane blanket patterns. Oh, they're incredible. And she has other kind of like shawls and wraps and things. I haven't been on it in a while. I'm sure she's like posted even more, but they're so beautiful. And again, like, how could you not be obsessed? And I'm so proud I was able to figure this out. Again, it was very frustrating, but once I got it, I got it. So remember to challenge yourself. Sometimes it's like really easy to just stick with what's comfortable, but it's important to challenge ourselves and increase our skills. So that's the Climbing Rose wrap. She's a definite keeper. She's been living in this giant bag for at least 2-3 years, and she's got to come out. We got to work on her because she can't sit. She has to be worn. Ugh, she's just so pretty. So pretty. So that's it. That's all of my crochet whips. So out of, what do I have? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 6 whips. Out of 6 of them, I'm gonna frog 2. So that's really not that bad. And exciting. I'm like really wanting to get back into like full neckerchief and you know, get working on it. I've been so consumed by cross stitch that I have not gotten my hands on a lot of yarny things, but this is exciting. I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing some crochet content. It's been so super fun to make. I'm excited to incorporate more of it into my channel. And yeah, go support all of these brands that I mentioned, because there are just so many incredible pattern designers and yarn dyers and project bag makers. There is such an industry for this stuff, and it's so important to support small businesses. So go check out all the patterns, all the products. I'll link everything down below. Did you like it? Was I in focus? Was I in frame? Let's hope. Let's hope. I will maybe get like a little monitor so I can see myself. But yeah, it was so fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, that was my first yarny video. That was so much fun to make. I can't wait to incorporate more fiber art stuff into my channel and just my day-to-day life. Crochet really like made me fall in love with crafting and like the power that working with your hands has. And it's just such a beautiful skill to have, and to be able to make an item or a garment and give it as a gift, or just to be able to pass it down, it's really, really special. So I don't know, fiber arts has a very special place in my heart. I'm really excited to share more about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to know what you guys are working on. What's your favorite crochet WIP you've got going on? What you think I should check out? If you have any favorite yarn dyers, send them my way, because I love to find new dyers, because hand-dyed yarn is just so special and beautiful, and it's something I want to experiment with one day. We'll see. That would be really, really fun. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more like day-to-day life and crafty things and everything that I've got going on a day-to-day basis, go follow me on Instagram. It's at thistleandthread with 2 D's at the end. I've been like loving posting on my stories lately, so if you want to keep up with me, go check me out on there. If you'd like to email me, you can email me at thistleandthreadyt@gmail.com, and let's be friends. It's the best thing ever when you can connect with people about things that you are passionate with and inspire each other to, you know, get your hands on some goodies, some fun crafty goodies. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.